and welcome to the Narrowing Path, Walking the Spiritual Walk. My name is Steve Van Eiderstein, and thanks for coming on back to start off February, February 1st of 2023 with me with James Allen's Daily Meditation. January wrapped up really nicely. I enjoyed last reading from yesterday and what we should be pursuing and what we should be occupying our mind with. It was a great reading to end it, and I'm very excited to see what February starts off with, and see if it's some sort of continuation, or if it starts a different gear or something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out, and this is, of course, fresh to you and fresh to me. This is the first time I will be reading this, so you'll get my genuine response, reactions, observations, and what I can relate to in the reading as we go forward. So, looking forward to it, and we'll see how this turns out. So, February 1st of James Allen's Daily Meditations. Unrest and pain and sorrow are the shadows of life. Is there no way of escape from pain and sorrow? Are there no means by which the bonds of evil may be broken? Is permanent happiness and abiding peace a foolish dream? No, there is a way, and I speak it with gladness, by which evil may be slain forever. There is a process by which every adverse condition or circumstance can be put on one side forever, never to return. And there is a practice by which unbroken and unending peace and bliss can be partaken of and realized. And the beginning of the way which leads to this glorious realization is the acquirement of a right understanding of the nature of evil. It is not sufficient to deny or ignore evil. It must be understood. Men remain in evil because they are not willing or prepared to learn the lesson which it came to teach them. Wow. All right. A little bit of a shift in gears from the way January ended. Still goes along with one of the themes of the learning and the lessons of life. But it's referring to the evil here as unrest and pain and sorrow. That's the evil in life. And that last line there, men remain in evil because they are not willing to prepare or learn the lesson which it came to teach them. And I can tell you from my own personal experience that that's actually true. It has been true for me anyway. I will keep experiencing the same situation over and over again until I am able to sit down and willingly and honestly and openly look at what's happening and take a look at what my part in these things are. Take a look at my motivations for what I'm doing, where my selfishness or self-centeredness shows up, in what form it shows up. Those are the lessons I need to learn when pain, especially pain, when pain comes into my life. That's when the work really needs to begin. A lot of my change has been initiated by pain. I don't think that's uncommon. Restlessness and sorrow are along the same lines for me, but it's primarily pain. And that has taught me a lot. Then it's what I've found is it's the pain and weight of my own selfishness or self-centeredness, and a lot of it comes from being attached to external outcomes and circumstances to define or conflate my own, or inflate my own ego and sense of self and self-worth and value. So every time I'm in pain, it's one of the first things I look at. Like, why is this hurting me? Why does this hurt me emotionally? What did I want from this situation that I have to now grieve? Or this person, or this job, or circumstance, whatever it is that's causing the pain. What was it that I wanted? What value did this thing, person, place, or thing, hold for me? And when I can honestly take a look at that, and I'm willing to really absorb the honest truth, it frees me. Honestly, it frees me from that hurt. And it allows me to start healing. It allows me to actually start growing. I like how this reading began. Is there no way of escape from pain and sorrow? Are there no means by which the bonds of evil may be broken? Is permanent happiness and abiding peace a foolish dream? No, there is a way, and I speak it with gladness, by which evil may be slain forever. Well, that's a huge statement right there, isn't it? There is a process by which every adverse condition or circumstances can be put on one side forever, never to return. There is a practice by which unbroken and unending peace and bliss can be partaken of and realized. It's a huge thing it's building to. And the beginning of the way which leads to this glorious realization and the acquirement of a right understanding, and the beginning of the way which leads to this glorious realization is the acquirement of a right understanding of the nature of evil. It is not sufficient to deny or ignore evil. It is to be understood. I spent a lot of my life shying away from evil, ignoring evil, denying that it existed. My own pain, my own sorrow, my own discomfort, my own unrest. I tried to cover that up with a lot of things. I tried to avoid acknowledging it in a lot of ways, none of which worked, because the pain remains. We can put Band-Aids over it. We can drown it in alcohol. We can numb it with drugs. We can distract from it with work, money, women, other relationships, men, whatever your fancy is. But the pain will remain until it's understood. I didn't see that for a long time. And when I did start to finally let it sink in that the pain was still there and it will always be there, I thought it was an unending, not unceasing pain that would always occupy my soul. I didn't know there was a way to work through it. I didn't know there was a way to shift that perspective, to understand what hurts instead of just knowing that it hurts. The way I'm wired, I didn't think much past the hurt. I just wanted to run from it. I didn't try to shift my perspective and have a different interaction with it, a different relationship with those painful things. And when I was able to start doing that and learn and take the lessons, and that therefore initiated growth, that initiated change, that initiated maturing, and I changed. I've been able to find a great deal of happiness and abiding peace. And so I can't say yet that I am in an unbroken one. And how would I say that? I can't say that. Unbroken and unending peace and bliss have settled on me yet. I get it a lot. I have it way more often than I used to. I have it more often than I don't these days. Over 50%, I'm in a state of peace and bliss and joy and contentment and happiness in my life, which I never thought was possible for a guy like me. But I still am learning those attachments I have, those external things I still rely on for my own validation. And it's not, and the only thing I can do is be willing to learn the lesson when the pain shows up. And that's a big thing for me. So, awesome reading to kick February off with. I'm really excited to start this second month with y'all, so thank you for joining me. We'll go ahead and we'll pick back up tomorrow on February 2nd, and we will talk then. Until next time, thanks.